Hi, I'm Pink142, aka Taylor, and today I'm going to be continuing with my 5-part series. Last week I did Maroon 5. This week I'm doing uh, OneRepublic. I had to write it on this piece of paper so I wouldn't forget or leave something out. But I do have a big announcement to make. I may or may not be able to do live streams. Hold on, fix the camera. I may or may not be able to do that many live streams anymore because a few months ago, and back in October, November, I with applied for this job, and I've been waiting to hear back, and I finally heard back from them last week, and so going in for an interview next week. So if I get this job, I may not be able to do live streams as much, but I will try to do them if it comes out to where like I can uh, do it like at night. I will, but I will find a way to do it. I've done this in the past where I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to upload this, do a stream this week or on Monday because I have uh, something going on that day, and then I end up coming out with a stream that night. So it's possible, it's gonna happen, but if that's not the case, then don't worry. I'll find a way to do my streams. If I have to do them like during the weekend, I will. And yeah. So without further ado, I'd like to begin with OneRepublic, and I'm doing the same thing I did last week with Maroon 5, where I'm going in order my least favorite to my favorite, and my favorite singles and my favorite single from the album, my favorite non-single from the album. So yeah. So without further ado, let's begin. Starting with number 4, Oh My My. I got this album for Christmas of 2016, and I thought I would like it, and it just felt like an album that had to be made. It felt like an album that had to be made. It didn't feel like an album that they wanted to make. So I I just wasn't a fan of it. My favorite single off of the album is "Let's Hurt Tonight." I love this song, and I thought it was an amazing song, and I love the music video too, and the fact that like the song was going to be on the album, and it's also it was in a movie with Will Smith. I can't remember the name of the movie top of my head, but it was in some movie, and I'm like, that's awesome. I didn't go see the movie because it didn't look interesting, but I love the song. Favorite non-single is "Future Looks Good." I use this mantra every time I go and check the mail because I'm in hot water with the University of Oklahoma right now. I haven't been able to pay them back what I owe them, and so every time I go out to the mailbox to go check the mail, I'm always like, "Future looks good," because the future does look good, and I'm trying to stay as positive as possible. So I really like the song. Yeah. I just wasn't a huge fan of Oh My My. I just felt like Oh My My was a stretch. Felt like it was a stretch and wasn't as great. I still love OneRepublic, don't get me wrong, I still love them, but just wasn't a fan of the album. Number 3, Dreaming Out Loud. This one, I was torn between this one and another album on which one should be number 3. And then I looked at Dreaming Out Loud and the one that I picked for number 2. I looked at both albums and I'm like, I like more songs off of the one that I picked for number 2. That I had picked for number 2. I like more songs off that album than I do Dreaming Out Loud. So Dreaming Out Loud came third, but it was very close. I love the album. Don't get me wrong. I love the album. It's just I'm not a huge fan of it. I like it more than Oh My My. I will say that. My favorite single is "Apologize." I love the song. I love the Timberland version, the one that they did with Timberland. I love that one, and it's just so good. And actually, Ryan Tedder, he went on he did some interview. You can find it online. You can find it on YouTube. Uh, about talking about like his least favorite like Maroon 5 song, not Maroon 5 song, OneRepublic song. I can't remember if it was like least favorite or a song that like he didn't like the arrangement of or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but he said that he didn't like the Timberland version of Apologize. He didn't like it. And I'm like, Ryan, I love you. I love you. You're from Tulsa. I love you for that. But you're wrong. That version is so good. So good. And I didn't know it was going to be on Dreaming Out Loud because if you look at the back of Dreaming Out Loud, you look at the back cover of it, you don't see Dreaming Out Loud. You don't, not Dreaming Out Loud. You don't see that version on there. It's not listed. It's like a hidden bonus track. And it's awesome. My favorite non-single is actually my favorite OneRepublic song. And I discovered this song via a video, tribute video to Margaret and Hawkeye from the show MASH. I was watching like tribute videos to them, and this song was being played, but like they had like distorted like Ryan Tedder's voice, so it wouldn't get copyrighted, I guess, and taken down, and it was called All We Are. I love this song so much. It's so good. If you haven't heard it, I highly recommend you listen to it because it's amazing. Number 2 is Waking Up. I love this album. It's so good, and it's really feel good, and just like makes you happy. Like when you've got songs like Good Life, when you got like songs like Good Life where it's like, oh, this is gotta be the good life, it just makes you feel like all happy and happy go lucky and just like so happy about it. But you would think like me mentioning Good Life, that would be my favorite single. It's not. Neither is All the Right Moves. All the Right Moves isn't my favorite single. My favorite single is actually Marching On. I love Marching On. I love Marching On. That song, like I would listen to it while walking to class sometimes, and like my favorite part of the song is when he does the cadence. He goes right, 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 left, right, 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 left, right, right, right. We're marching on. We're marching on. I love that part because when he would start doing the cadence, I would try to stay in step with the cadence, and I'd get out of step because I'm terrible at marching. And then I would try to get back into step, but I didn't want to seem like an idiot trying to do like the hop step. Like I don't know, can't really show you, but it's a weird thing that you do when you get out of step. And I didn't want to look weird doing that, so I just like do like this. I looked weird walking to this song. Yeah, mind you, people were looking, mind you. Favorite non-single is Made for You because I love when they I love this song because I like Everybody Loves Me. I love that one too. But Made for You, what I like about it is like the end when they go like all the right moves in all the right places, all the right moves in all the right places, like that. When they go do like all the right friends in all the right places, all the right friends in all the right places, that when they do that part. And I hear and I'm like and I when I first heard that, I looked at the album and I was like, oh, the next song is All the Right Moves. So it's kind of like a precursor into All the Right Moves, and I love how they did that. And I love his voice on that song too. Just really amazing. And if you guys haven't heard the song, go and listen to it because it is so good. Now, number 1. This one I mentioned it last week when I talked about Hands All Over. I mentioned an album that I bought at Walmart, not a sponsor, and I paid like $5 or $10 for it at Walmart. I have like the receipt over in my closet somewhere, but I don't feel like getting it out. But I didn't spend very much money on it, and I had heard it via Spotify before I bought it, and also not a sponsor. And I and I fell in love with the entire album, and it was the first OneRepublic album I ever bought, and so I bought it with hands all over, and I've loved it ever since. And that's Native. Native. The difference between Oh My Mind and Native is I feel like Oh My Mind, like I said, I felt like it had to be made, but with Native, I felt like they wanted to make it. It felt like an album that they wanted to make. They had uploaded like some videos on YouTube or whatnot of them uh like talking about the album and like uh preparing, like making the album and all that. And they were so excited about making it. They were loving what they were doing, and I didn't see that with Oh My My. I didn't see it with it, and I'm like, that that sucks. Like, it sucks because I wanted to like Oh My My so much, but because they didn't seem as passionate about it as they did with Native, I didn't like it as much. But I loved Native because it felt like it was an album that they wanted to make, not an album that they had to make, and they were really passionate about making it. And all the songs are amazing, except I didn't care for Ovar. Ovar I didn't care for, but all the other ones I loved. My favorite single, it used to be Counting Stars, then it was I Lived, and then it was Love Runs Out. Now it's Something I Need. I love this song so much. I I don't know what it is about this song, but I just really like it, and always been it's an amazing song. If you haven't heard it, go out and listen to it because you will love it. It's just like a really good song, but like the music video is kind of depressing a little bit, and I laugh about it because it's weird. The music video is weird. Okay, it really is. The music video is weird and kind of depressing because you have uh you have this guy who's trying to trying to get this girl to like him, and he's trying to just like get the courage to like talk to her. He everywhere he sees her, he tries to talk to her. He doesn't get a chance to talk to her because this dog comes out of nowhere and starts attacking him and won't let him talk to her. And then even after he's died, even after he's died, the dog still comes and attacks him because she shows up at his funeral. And it's a crazy music video, weird, and it makes no sense to the song, but I still love it and I still love the song. My favorite non-single is Life in Keller. I love all the non-singles except for Au revoir, but and I love Preacher. I love Preacher as well, but Life in Keller, that one I really like because I'm like, this is Life in Keller. Today feels like no other. Sunburst cause break. This is Life in Keller. I listened to that song when I was going to my early morning class, when I was going to my 9:30 class, and I was like so sluggish, I was so tired, and I needed like a pick me up, something to wake me up, something to keep me waking up, keep me awake, and that song helped because it's like a very upbeat song, and it's like just like this is Life in Keller. Today feels like no other. Sunburst clouds break. This is Life in Keller, and I'd listen to it, and it made me want to get to class faster because of the beat, and I just start like speed walking to class, like put a little pep in my step, and so I really love that song. And so if you haven't heard that song, go out and listen to it because you'll love it. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell because Friday I'm going to try to do gameplay, try to do Super Punch Out. I don't know if it'll happen or not because with the way my internet's been messing up here lately, it may or may not work. But if that's not the case, then I'll talk about something gaming related. I'll find something I might talk about, like Mortal Kombat, my favorite like Mortal Kombat game, or my favorite like fighting game, or something like that. Might do something along those lines. So yeah. And then a week from today, I'll be continuing with the 5-part series. 5-part series. It'll be number 3. And a week, like, after the 5-part series is over, I'm going to be doing a Never Have I Ever. And I'm going to be doing it a special way. I'm going to get those Bean Boozled beans because I will be out on, I will be out this week with my dad trying to find something. I have something in my house that I'm not going to talk about for obvious reasons, but I have to go get a part for this thing that's in my house, and my dad's going to go with me to get it, and then we're going to go to this place in Tulsa nearby, and they sell the Bean Boozled beans, so I'm going to buy some Bean Boozled beans there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those Bean Boozled beans, and each time that I say that I've done something, like if I said that I've like uh been in the Mile High Club, but if I said like never have I ever been in the Mile High Club, and I say I have, then I will take a jelly bean and I will put it in my mouth and eat it. This way I'm not actually how do I put it? This way I'm not just eating Bean Boozled beans and like spinning the wheel. I'm not doing that. But I'm actually doing it the right way. Like, well, not the right way, but I'm actually doing it in a fun way. And you'll get to learn more about that when it gets closer. But look for that. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Bye.